Hey guys, Caro97 again. This time with a review of the 1/44 scale high-grade Gouf fly type from the 08th MS Team OVA series. Now for colors being called the fly type, we have a very nice gray, very similar to what you would find on a jet fighter for most of the limbs, the head, a few other bits and pieces here and there. Then for the main body, we have a very dark gray with some hints of green in it. Then we have a normal dark gray for the chest here, the hands, and also the accessories. Then for stickers, we get quite a bit of them. We get one wrapped around each of those vents on the legs, the red ones inside the legs, 3 red ones for the cockpit. And when we turn them around, we have the white stripes on the fins. And of course, we also have one for the mono eye. And for the mono eye, we actually get 3 stickers for depending on where you want him to look, to the left, to the right. And it of course also means that the mono eye itself isn't going to move. Completely to be expected for the time, however. Now, the cool thing about the 08th MS Team high grades is that we get clear marking stickers. We get a small Xeon insignia, a big Xeon insignia, his name twice, and we get a bunch of caution stickers. Now, to be honest, the name and the insignias are all very awesome, which is something really a lot more model kits should do, including the new ones. But the caution ones seem to be a bit too big for what is supposed to be a 1/44 scale. And from the pictures I've seen, it makes the Gouf not look like an 18-meter big mobile suit, but something smaller. So that's why I didn't use those, but I did go along with the other ones. Awesomeness aside, let's get to the articulation. We're talking 1981, 1998 here. Head, yeah, jitters up and down a bit, side to side. Will rotate around all the way if you try hard enough, but yeah, that is about it. Arms will rotate around, and the good news is the arms rotation feels very solid. It's up about that far, and as you can see, those very special shoulders will go out a bit in order to facilitate the movement there. Will rotate around above the elbow, which is on a single joint, but allows for about 90 degrees. The elbows aren't quite as strong as the shoulder joints. Pretty sure most people know where that will come into play. Hands will rotate around, go up and down a little bit, and surprisingly, they are on pegs, unlike modern day kits. No waist articulation whatsoever, it's just one solid piece, including the skirt armor. It's just all one solid piece. Well, 2 pieces clipped together. These wings on the sides will move, however. Legs go out about that far, and of course the good thing is that these wings will not get in the way of the legs then. Will rotate around quite a bit. Forwards, yeah. Backwards, yeah. The legs are double jointed, and there goes one of the thrusters. The legs are double jointed, and well, for the bulk they have, that's actually still kind of surprising. It goes, yeah, about 90 degrees if you take the average of the legs, because, well, since they're so giant, it looks like they bend more, but overall, those knees aren't too bad. Feet forwards, backwards, side to side. Once again, for having such bulk, they are relatively articulated. So, well, overall, 1998, it's about what you could expect from a kit of this age. Now, what is a lot more awesome are the accessories. And as I said, very strong shoulders. Now, when we turn into the left, you will notice a giant hole in his left arm, and only his left arm. So that is something we're gonna wanna fix. And this kit offers a lot of opportunities to fix that. First of all, we have just the 3-barreled Gatling gun, the small Gatling gun with a little scope there, will peg on there. Then for something more traditional, we have the normal Gouf shield, a slab of plastic, essentially what it is, and unfortunately this will not hold a sword. What will hold a sword, however, is probably one of the reasons you're gonna want to buy this. The giant Gatling shield. Now this is what we're talking about. Will store the sword, the fantastic heat sword the Gouf has, and this time it holds. Sometimes it doesn't hold, but it feels like it has this sweet spot where once you find it, it will stay put, but it might take a bit of effort. Let's see when I turn this around. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Now then, the cool thing is you can put these accessories onto the arm in a lot of different combinations. First of all, you can just have this Gatling gun on there. You can just have the shields on there. This technically isn't really supposed to only go on the arm without the Gatling gun, but you can just remove this little handle here, and then it will go onto the arm just as well. It might look a bit off at first, but say you want to use this with another model kit, you can do that, and he can still have his giant Gatling shield. And then the way he's supposed to hold it is this. Well, you first put this on there, like that, and this already looks very nice. I've tried this on a few gyms as well, and believe me, they look just as cool holding on to this. And then this goes into the side, and then it just goes up into the holding hand once you get that in there correctly. Now, I do not recommend swapping this out constantly because it's a plastic peg that goes into a plastic hole that is going to run out and possibly break, especially with all of the sliding around you have to do in order to get it in there. And that is not lined up. There we go. And there we go. And that is how this thing is supposed to look. And as I said, strong shoulders allowing this kit to actually hold up the entire thing with no problems whatsoever. Even when shaking it, it's not going down at all. Now the elbows might become a bit more of a problem, but so far they hold up pretty well. But you're definitely going to want to aim it like that. And you can't just put the Gatling gun on there. Well, the Gatling shield, you can also put the normal shield on there. If you would want to do so, perhaps you want to give this to something else, you can do it. And then, of course, the final accessory we have to talk about is the heat sword. And for that, we get a special dedicated holding hand, because the hands he has right now, they're very tiny, and unfortunately, they're not going to be able to hold on to a lot of other stuff. Just put that in there, and the sword, it's a bit on the loose side. And considering that this is a dedicated hand for the sword, that really could have been better. But, you know, it could have been worse. He still holds on to the sword very well. Once you have it in a position, it's not going to run away at all. And it's not going to fall out either because, well, the pommel of it is pretty big. And this looks pretty damn amazing. One more accessory we're getting is, say you want something a bit smaller, we do get the 5-barrel machine gun for the left hand as well. Simply peg out the hand and peg this thing right in there. And finally, because his normal holding hands probably aren't going to be able to hold on to a lot, I feel like I have to point out that the Gouf flight type looks amazing with the system weapon set number 6. And of course, it works in the right hand, works in the left hand, so you can even make him dual wield these bazookas. And that is just absolutely fantastic. As always, the inevitable question is, do you want to buy this? Well, for 1,000 yen, it kinda is what it is. The articulation isn't the best, lightly put, but it looks absolutely amazing. It has that classic Gouf menacing look with a few unique touches of the fly type. Really awesome bulky legs, interesting shoulders, interesting backpack. It has the Gatling shield, comes with another Gatling gun, comes with the 5-barrel machine gun hand, has a shield. It comes with a nice amount of accessories for a bit of customization. Comes with the stickers for 1,000 yen. Yes, there could be better options out there, but if you just want a model kit that looks absolutely amazing, even not painted, the Gouf fight type isn't really something you can go too wrong with. Keep in mind, if you want articulation, yeah, you're not gonna be very impressed with this thing. But for looks, you might want to do a bit of painting here and there, especially on the shield. That really needs a lot more color. But as it is molded in all gray. The color scheme looks very nice, even without too much detailing going on. It's got the militaristic color, so it doesn't really need a lot of vibrant color variations on the thing anyway. So for 1,000 yen, I can highly recommend this for anyone who likes the Gouf, for anyone who likes the 08 MS team. For those people, definitely go ahead and get it. Keep in mind the articulation, then you really can't go too wrong with that. And while you're buying stuff, you might really want to consider this bazooka. And finally, for some size comparisons, here is next to the Higher 20th Century Gouf and the Gouf Vish Donahue Custom. This time, I feel like I should also do a sideways comparison, because just look at those legs. They are very, very much bulkier than the normal Goufs. Now, let's get our Goufs out of the way. Unfortunately, I don't have the Gouf Custom yet. But here is next to some others from the 08 MS team line. The Zaku 2 ground type. And his best friend, the Gym Sniper. I'm sure they will get along just fine. And finally, let's put it next to the standard sized Gym Custom and the always bulky Zaku 3. And once again, sideways comparison, and you can see the legs this time around are actually very similar bulk-wise. Well, that's all for this review, and remember, what could be better than a flying Zaku? See you guys next time!